you so much for having me. So I want to go ahead and break things down pretty quickly. So raise your hand, not if your business has a social media platform, but if you personally do. Cool. Now, how's the engagement of your personal versus your business? Which one's higher? Personal. Usually, most people's answer is personal. There's a specific reason for that. So my topic is your audience decides if your content is good. Because at the end of the day, anyone in this room who's created content on something, you could love something, it's pretty, the copy is gorgeous, it has all the keywords, everything's great, and then you put it on Twitter, you put it on Facebook, you put it on Instagram, and it rots. No one likes it, you're not even sure if someone sees it, and it's very easy in a world where Zuckerberg is the Lex Luthor of our time, it's very easy to blame this algorithm. But that's really not the crutch you need to be jumping on. So it's not about you, it's about them. There's a reason why you'll see a viral tweet. I'm gonna say a lot about Twitter, it's my personal favorite platform. But there's something very interesting about seeing a tweet that's gone viral. And you look at it, you try to diagnose why is this so popular, and then you look and see who it's from, and they have like 98 followers. It's never someone with like thousands and thousands and thousands. It's always with something very small, and it's because in that moment, in that content, it resonated. So I'm gonna be talking about the importance of audience research, social media auditing, and then as you've seen from the agenda of all of the major talking points today and a little bit of yesterday, we're gonna be planting seeds, we're gonna be growing and nurturing those relationships. So creating content is easy. It is so easy. That's why you have so many pre-roll ads saying, hey, I can make you a millionaire. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to have a degree. I can in 30 minutes make you a millionaire and show you everything you need to know. Because content is easy. Good content is hard. Content that people actually care about and want to see, that's difficult, and it changes. Did everyone have the same thing for breakfast today as they had yesterday? No. So why should I serve you the same content yesterday and serve it again today? You changed in how you nourish yourself. So I should change in how I nourish you socially. So understand your audience. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. It doesn't matter how many likes you have. It doesn't matter how many people send you emojis and all of this other content. What matters is, does it lead somewhere? Does it convert? Does it lead to someone watching your TV show? Does it lead to someone listening to your podcast? Does it lead to a button, a CTA, that is pushed and that journey continues? Are they giving you money? When you look at your key performance indicators, your KPIs, is there movement? And is there movement in the right direction? That all hinges upon your audience. Are they doing the desired behavior? So you need to know them. You need to love them, and you need to give them what they want. Because if you won't give them what they want, there is an entire small computer in their hand that will give them exactly what they want, and they will find it. So, what role does your audience play in your content marketing strategy? Now, the beautiful thing is, I'm a HubSpot devotee. It is my church. And we have this thing called personas. We've all heard about it. You're gonna build a persona, it's gonna be great. What are their pain points? How old are they? How many kids they got? What's really cute about a persona is that it's a really great tool, but it doesn't tell you what your audience actually thinks. It's not a real person. It's the semblance of a real person. You have people who buy from you every day, who call you every day, who go onto your website every day. Who are those people? Because those are the people, this Sally, she's a mom, she likes Target, is not giving you money. But that woman who just bought something on your website yesterday is. Talk to them, think about them. And when you're building this ecosystem of your website, of your paid strategy, of your organic, of your social, when you're creating this entire ecosystem to work for you and your brand, your audience has to be what that's built for. So since a lot of this is sports related, I will fall on my sword. I went to Davidson, so I'm a Curry devotee. But Karma, I'm also a Virginia Tech fan, and we are hurting. We are hemorrhaging. It is sad. Kurt Herbstreit was on a plane and said how bad we were. It's all over Hokie Twitter right now. And as fans, we are making sure that we are heard. I've written so many tweets to Whit Babcock, our AD, I cannot tell you. I don't know how he hasn't blocked me yet. So your fans, for better or for worse, they want you to hear them too. Those tweets, that social media team you have, that customer service team that you wish they would just have a good day and just wouldn't have any complaints, no matter how mad or how happy they are, that is knowledge, that is data that you can utilize to make sure that you can improve that relationship. You can improve your product, you can improve your service, you can find a new opportunity. Well, this product is great and they like it, but they wish it could do that. Well, that's new market entry for you. How can you use that information? So research, ask and listen. So who's your target audience? Those personas are great, you need to dive deeper. Who is that actual person who bought from you? Who is that actual person who's going to your website, who's commenting? There's a reason why Facebook has added that top fans list. Raise your hand if you have looked at your top fans list and have done a surprise and delight for any of them. Maybe do a surprise and delight campaign. Maybe reach out to them. Whoever's running your Facebook and your social knows the people who constantly retweet you, who constantly share you, who constantly love your stuff. Whenever someone is saying something positive about your content, they are saying, I love you. And when you just scroll past it and you don't acknowledge it and you don't like it and you don't comment back, you're not saying I love you back. There's that awkward, where do we go from here kind of thing. Instead, you could do a surprise and delight campaign where not only do you say, I see you, I appreciate you, let me do something special for you. Surprise and delight campaigns are some of my favorite things in marketing right now. Let me give you an example. Michelob Ultra was asked by a fan and said, if I get so and so many retweets, will you cater our wedding? Will you have Michelob Ultra at the wedding? And they did it. They hit the magic number. And Michelob Ultra immediately writes back and says, well, I guess we're invited to the wedding. What that person has done is reached out, and the brand said, sure, we'd love to be a part of the most magical day of your life that you will never forget. Yes, we would love for you to hold our product in your hand and remember a special moment. You've taken love to a whole different level. You have ingrained your product into their memories, into their families, into how they want to live their life. That's priceless. So how will you learn? Are you going to send your audience surveys? Or are you going to look at your social media? Are you going to see what people are commenting on? All of it. You need to see what they're talking about. How are they talking about you? How are they talking about your industry? What do they want you to know? Because just like anybody else, they're going to want to share that with you. Perfect example of really great customer service is Chewy. If you can beat Chewy, I don't think you can, but if you can beat Chewy for customer service, it's the gold standard. If something's wrong, they don't become customer service. They become solution people. It's not, I hear you. It's, I hear you. We're going to fix this. Not only am I going to fix it for you, I'm going to do it in such a way that you don't remember how I made you mad. You remember how I made you happy. That's very powerful. So think about where your audience is. It is so sexy to talk about social media 24 hours a day, but not everybody wants to get hit that way. Are you talking to them through email? Are they on your website? How are they face-to-face with you? Are they in your community? It isn't just about Twitter. It isn't just about Facebook. It isn't just about Instagram. It's you need to be where your audience is. You need to hit them where they are. And sometimes that is on the internet, and sometimes it isn't. And that's okay. And that needs to be okay for you. So think about listening, being there for your audience, and figure out how they talk. Raise your hand if you've ever created an ad on Google, on digital, on anything. Cool. How important was it that you spoke and you searched like your audience? If you're selling shoes and you say shoes, but they say sneakers, are they going to find your ad? Are they going to see it? Probably not. Or it's not going to be high enough in the ad space, if you're talking about Google, for it to really register for them. Think about how your audience talks, how they search, how they look. Really get inside their head. Empathize with them. Because if you can figure out how they are going through that customer journey, then you can help guide them through it. And then you're not this salesperson, you're this guide. You're this helper. This person doesn't want to sell me something, they want to help me. It's a completely different feeling. So what do they want? So what do they need? What do they want? What do they search for? What are their questions? What keywords? What do they talk about you, your competitors, your industry? If you are not doing Google alerts on your business and your competitors, you have homework. It's completely free. If you want to do it on social, look at TalkWalker. TalkWalker alerts, completely free. It's great for Twitter mentions. Have them look up you, your industry, your competitors. What are people saying? This is not a spiel where you got to spend $5,000 a month for a social listening tool, but I have those too if you want it. But for free, it's such a really great idea to start thinking about how are people talking about you, because they always say what your brand isn't what you think it is, it's what people say about you behind your back. But then they put a period there. The most important part is what you didn't say, but what did they say about you? But what is the brand actually? So make sure that you know what's being said. And then journey content. There's nothing worse than having a simple question about something and saying, I think I need this. I want to do some research. Worst case is mattresses. Because there's 20 million different like D2C mattress shops now. And you look, okay, I just want to see. I'll probably buy something in about a year. And then out of the clear blue sky, every website you go to, every search you go to, every email, like everything has like Casper, purple. And that's great that they found me from a keyword, but I'm not ready. So you are dragging me and making me feel pressured into a sale when I have no need to do that yet. So really think about how you are going to be putting up content for the various stages of the customer journey. So awareness. How can they find you? If you love to write, blogs are great content. Figure out how you can share your knowledge. What's most important to you? What's most important to your brand? Think about what would you, if you wrote a blog that you could put on your about page, that's so intrinsically you. It's not one of those listicles like top 10 social media tips. Anyone can write that. What are the blogs only you can write? What are the blogs only you have a perspective at? What are the blogs that have brand awareness for you? And then consideration, those white papers. I want to give you a bigger piece of bait. Now I know you want something more than a 5-minute medium read. Now I know you want a really deep dive. Now I can give you more. Decisions. Okay, I know what you got, but how do you compare to everybody else? Well, here's our case studies. Here's the proof. Here's the proof of what we can do for you. So then find opportunities with audits. This is my math teacher coming out. If you are not regularly looking at your content to see what's performing well, and it can be weekly, it can be monthly, it can be quarterly, but you need to know what's performing well for you. You need to know what's performing well for each channel, because content that does well on Instagram probably isn't doing the same on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. What's doing better? If you're on YouTube, what videos perform the best for you? Is it based on your thumbnail color? Is it based off of how long it is? Is it based off of the tags? Is it what day of the week You can start, once you start having enough of that data in there, you can look and really figure out, what does my audience actually like? What do they really want to see? Because then you can start creating future content that caters to that. Because it doesn't need to be what you like. It needs to be what they like. So what are your goals for your content? What are your KPIs? Now, if you're a social media manager, you may not know. You may have an idea. So this is for the person that you are directed to. This is your CMO. This is your marketing director. When they are saying, were you successful? Yes or no? What are they looking at? For most businesses, it's sales. Sales makes or breaks. If you're not increasing revenue, you're not doing a good job. So if that's your KPI, if that's your key performance indicator, then that's it. But you need to think about what that's going to be for you. Do you have a clear path for your audience to follow? If you have a website and it's not easy to navigate and I can't find my answers, I will leave your website and I will not give you money. And I'm not alone. You have to help me. Because if you are easy to work with when I don't have to give you money, then imagine how good you're going to be to me when I do give you money. You're going to be amazing. You're going to be totally helpful. Your customer service is going to be great. It's all going to be perfect. And then what is your goal destination for your audience? A lot of people will push content out without a clear idea of where do I want people to go. And that's where we have this Vanity Metrics issue. I don't know if there's a CTO, so I hope there's likes. I don't know what I want to do, so I hope we get followers. When you have a content calendar, you should be able to defend why that content's going out and what the desired reaction is. And if every single post you're putting out is, I just need to post something, that's not good enough. And they can tell. Your audience can tell that it's Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you haven't posted anything. So they're like, this'll do. They can tell. So make sure that there's a purpose behind it. Make sure that you're clear as to what do I want them to do? What do I want this piece of content to be able to create? And then utilize UTMs to determine what offers you the most traffic for your content. So if you're not in Google Analytics every day, you don't have to be. But someone needs to be looking to see what's driving business to your website. UTMs, or trackable links, is a way to make sure that what's doing better for others. UTMs, if you don't know what they are now, if you want to work in influencer marketing, be friends with them. Because as marketers are trying to figure out, okay, Instagram's already starting to hide some likes in some places, and Facebook is going to do the same thing in Australia, and maybe we'll do more. What can those influencers do for you? What's the real value? Well, if you can track them with UTMs and specific links that are catered just to them, then you can be able to find a paper trail. Well, Susie Influencer was able to get us 20 clicks, and those 20 clicks led to 4 purchases. Whereas this person who charges 3 times as much got us only 2 sales. You can create a paper trail. And then your content should work hand in hand. I've worked for companies that wanted to have their paid and their organic not work together. And when I was done shaking my head, I had to pitch and say, this is a marriage. This is a marriage. One is shopping all the time and spending all of your money, but it's worth it. But they have to work together. They have to be married. It has to make sense. If your ads are beautiful and art deco, and then I go to your website and the aesthetic is different, the voice is different, I'm gonna think I went to the wrong place. I'm gonna be completely confused. So the vanity metrics aren't everything. Your goals and your audience dictate what you need to look for as success. So those algorithm buy-ins of, well, we don't have as many likes as we used to, and we don't have as many followers as we used to, that doesn't matter. Look at the conversations. Are people commenting underneath it? Are people looking at it? Are people engaged? Because there are still people getting likes on Facebook. There are still people getting likes on Twitter. What's interesting though, and if you are a Twitter fan, go on Twitter, because I'm seeing a lot of 50,000, 60,000 verified accounts that can't get more than 10 likes on content, but I can see someone with 500 getting a lot more. You know what's funny though? Why? Those 50, 60,000 verified accounts are talking about how great they are. That person with 300, 400, 500 is sharing value. Which one resonates? Which one resonates? Value. Like, congrats, you look super cute, but like that's not gonna help me as much as this person who's giving me actionable value, who's actually letting me learn. It's a completely different mindset. So which social media channels are the largest sources for your website? And then do certain channels work better? You might find that for awareness, Google is it for you. But you might find for shopping, depending on your product, that Instagram is best for you. Instagram has been called the QVC for millennials. So if you have a shoppable product, especially e-commerce, Instagram is huge for you. So think about that. And if you have CBD products, Shopify is opening those gates as well. So what are you doing to make it easier, creating less friction? If I can buy something from Instagram and not have to go through a website, just send me straight through. Makes it so much easier. And then do you have any content that can be updated? So many content marketers and content managers will say, well, Christina, this is super cute, very helpful. I don't have all that time. Especially if you have blogs, if you have content that's done really well, find out how you can update it, how you can reshare it. Find out what is the evergreen content. What can you reshare that you know your audience likes? So instead of saying, hey, I don't know what to post, I'm just gonna throw this up there, you can say, this did really, really well a year ago, and we've made some changes since this update, so let's update it, make it shiny, make it up to date, make it very clear why we're sharing it, and then we can put that out there. And then the same people who liked it before will like it again, and then also get new eyes on it. So create content that makes your audience say, this is what I needed to see, not why am I seeing this. For all the ad strategists out there, I still see so many ads where I don't know how I got in that target. Like, I don't know how. But if I see content on social, whatever platform that resonates with me, I feel lucky to see it. It feels like fate. When I see an ad for something that I clearly needed, I'm not mad. I'm like, I'm glad I saw this. I didn't know this product existed, but this fits my solution. Like this is exactly what I've been looking for. That's a very different mindset. So think about, from your audience perspective, how can you make them feel that way instead of, ugh, I don't want to see this anymore. And then grow those relationships and guide them. So when your content resonates, your audience thinks, they see me, they hear me, they know that I like this. This is the kind of content I came for. This is why I want to be here. This is why I follow this page. This is why I go to this website. This is why I read this blog. When you create content that makes sense to them, it reaffirms why they're there for you. Like, that's why I'm here. And they feel like the brand gets them. It also opens up communication. If you feel like someone understands you, you're more likely to go into that deeper, more private realm of, hey, can I send you a message? I really love your product, but I wish it would do this. You're not gonna feel that connection with a brand if they keep talking at you instead of to you. So your content should build your audience depending on where you are in the customer journey. So you're strangers, you need to build awareness, you need to share your knowledge, you need to be there for them. If they have questions, answer them. If you answer their question and your competitor doesn't, who are they gonna align with? Who are they gonna give business to? They're gonna give it to you. New customers, you wanna build that trust, showcase customer care, and then delight and appreciate. Repeat customers, UGC. If you are not using user-generated content to help share your brand, you need to get on it. Those fans who are tagging you in posts, share it. They will tell every single person they've ever met that they are featured on your page. It will make them feel loved, it will make them feel like a micro-celebrity, and they will continue to share that message for you. Referral opportunities. The cheapest ad you will ever write is a handshake to a loyal customer. They will give you more referrals for nothing, for that handshake, more than any ad. That is your owned. That is the most important thing that you can get, and it's cheap. So 51% of B2B marketers prioritize visual assets for their content marketing strategy, and 90% of successful brands who focus on the informational needs of their target audience instead of their pitch. I don't want to be sold to. I want to be educated. I want to be helped. I don't want to know what your pitch looks like. I could already figure out what it's going to say. So self-diagnosis. So if you're guilty, tomorrow, it's a whole new game plan. Are you speaking to or at your audience? Because there's a difference. Are you speaking their language? Are you speaking to them like someone you want to talk to and create value for and create a relationship with? Or do you just see them as a target? You're just the person I have to get money from, because they can feel that. How often do you monitor to see how your strategy is working? We got some likes yesterday, and we got a couple calls. I need a plan. I need you to be able to tell me, this content does really well on Twitter, this content does really well on YouTube, this is where we're getting the most likes. Google is huge for us on our website. You need to be able to formally figure out what's working. Does your audience feel heard and understood? If they don't feel heard and understood, they will leave. They will absolutely leave. There's no reason for them to be there for you. And then how do you handle your audience at each stage? Because the answer should not be the same all the way through. I wouldn't talk to you like I've known you for 20 years if we just met today. So why are you doing that to your customers? You shouldn't. You need to create that bond. You need to create that trust. And that is it. Thank you.